So I found this map on the repository last night. I was going to talk about it, and then I just added some Mad Mod exhaust pipes to this thing. I was going to drive around the map because I found this map, and it's really big. It's really huge, and it's very nice. It's very detailed. The terrain is set up in such a way that I want to kind of dissect it here. I was going to release my. Let me turn this down. I was going to release my road architect video, and then I started stumbling around terrains on an issue when I was talking about trying to get you to add asphalt. I ended up solving it in the video, but between me having the issue and me solving it, I was like looking around for maps, trying to look at other people's maps because I haven't really done that before. And I started examining one that I found, and this thing, I think this needs me to spend some time on it because the way the terrain is set up is pretty cool. So let me just get that a little down. Let's see. Just gonna do like a little show all here. It's massive, and this guy must have spent a while. It's got a little performance problems. Saw some reviews that said some textures were missing, but that's understandable on a map this size of this detail level. These pipes. Let me just show you the map. If you want to see, check it out. It's really cool. Whatever this is called, OGC2. It's basically 4 of the terrains from the official maps, all stitched together. Super cool, super crazy. Oh. Crazy thing. But yeah, there's a lot to see in this map. A lot of assets, a lot of different greeble, a lot of painted terrain, a lot of decals. See this? That decal is the double solid with the black middle. I never use that one. I don't like that decal, but it looks beautiful anyways. You don't really tell. Look at that bridge, man. Doesn't that look cool? It's crazy. See? Look at the city. And I'm on a 4080 RTX, and I'm not really having any like lag. I mean, it's a little, but let's see how it looks when I get to the city. Thought I had a horn. Oh. The city is like pretty wild. I think I'm gonna spend some time driving around this map for sure. I mean, it doesn't have a high-speed figure 8 with pit road, but maybe it does. I'm somewhere, I don't know. But man, this is a really nice map. So before I get to kind of like, I'm gonna look at the terrain here in a second. Look at some stuff in the world editor. Man, I'm just gonna spend so long driving around this thing. Like this, how long would this take me to make? Probably years. Trying to work on a map. I told this person online that it was going to take a year. It'd be like 5 years for this. I imagine most of it was probably made on a 3D software. But let's take a look. So, for in the world editor, just scoot some stuff. So if you look at the way this person has this set up, it's really interesting. So let me just go to my terrain paint. We're going to just show you that all of these paints, now I don't know if some of these are like custom or what, but these appear to be all for like some maps from the official side. all squeezed into one sweet little, where's my terrain painter? Unless that's a, sometimes, sometimes the little circle won't show if the terrain you're looking at isn't a terrain file. So this, let's see, what's this? Let's see what this is in the scene tree, if I can find it. So many things in the scene tree. There it is. So it's island.dae. So all it is a DAE file. It's going to this folder. It's actually, oh, I guess he's pathing. That's why the map, so the map is really small and it's under 300 megs. And I guess this is why, because he has, so he has a big DAE asset that is basically pointing to West Coast art shapes backdrop. So that's the backdrop island from, I guess the West Coast map. So I'm not going to show you that, but you can always look. But that just kind of wraps your head around that. So that's why I can't paint on that. So you know, if I look, I can destroy this because I'm running this file from the zip file. So if I kind of mess around, it's okay. So you could tell he hasn't exported the island, I don't think, because see the well, maybe he has, I don't know, but he could have, maybe he did. But if I drag this up, the origin's still way off over there, but all of the, you know, basic stuff is still on the map. So I don't know how he made this. Maybe he, I don't know if he exported it to a 3D software or what, but these assets are tied to that essentially DA file, which you can say it's a terrain, but it's not a terrain file, so you can't paint on it. So these are all like DA files, but I just wanted to point out the terrain. So I'm going to show you the terrain that he has that is paintable. So that's another modified backdrop. See that one? That actually would apply to, I guess, this whole entire section. So if I scooted that, and if I restart the game, I'm not going to save it, so I can always just restart and it'll be gone back to normal. But this, so that's my terrain too. He has it locked, so let me unlock it. And I want to just look at how big it is, how laggy it is. So that's his paintable terrain. Let me go, hold on, it's thinking. It's thinking. Let me move that, okay. So those are just forest items. Here's another DAE probably, that's probably like under his terrain. It's a DAE. So I think that's the only terrain. He's only got one terrain file, still following all of the terrain rules that I said before. It's all DAEs, but what he did do, look at this thing. So this is like shapeable. It's paintable. Let's see what it does here. So if I'm, you know, painting grass, I don't know if that'll paint. Oh, that might be a ground cover. Let's see, beach sand. That might not work either, unless it's a decal. It could be a decal. Yeah. Let me just show you this. So what is that? It's all my decals. Terrain, grass. So that's probably using the T-terrain base. So that would be that color. So sometimes if you do asphalt, okay, that's gray. Dirt loose. Mud. But, so if I did, you know, come out, get my wheel all the way out. So if I did mud everywhere, you can kind of see what's going on. So a lot of this road stuff, like the lines, I think, or maybe not the lines, are the lines already there? Some of the stuff is already on the terrain file. So a lot of cases you can save space, I guess, and he's got some decals here. But the main texture that you get can still be painted on all this terrain. Like you can still, you know, that's a, you know, ground cover with all that. And obviously forest items, you can paint forest items on a DAE file. That's not a problem in my experience. But you can't do this on a DAE file. Do all this stuff, but it's a little slow anyway. So if I, you know, look over here, there's another section, mud. You know, if you do all this, At least it paints. It doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. If it paints, that tells you that it's able to use the terrain and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Um, but if you don't even see your paintbrush, like on a DAE file, then you won't be able to paint the terrains. So all these four sections I can essentially paint on in some fashion. Whether or not the color comes out, isn't really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the sheer fact that you're able to paint on it. Because you can't paint on a DA file, but you can paint on terrains, but you have to like import them in. And you can stitch them together in other softwares. But I wanted to go to my terrain material library. I wanted to just look at every one of them. See all the, so he's got the base texture is this big guy. And then he's got just, the macros and all that. And this, let me look at this file in a sec. I'm going to go here in a sec. But all of them appear to use, that basic terrain base map, you know what I mean? Which is super cool. So that seems to be how we achieve that. So the reason why I made this video is because I was like at a point where I thought I kind of reached where I was like getting to the end of what I could discover. And then I saw this map and I realized, man, I don't know what I thought I knew. And I know enough about Blender, but this is very curious. I'd like to know how he did that. I'd have to maybe mess around and watch some other videos, but I just wanted to point out that that was cool before I release my Road Architect video. So here's his terrain folder. The JSON is pretty long. I'm not going to show you like everything in there. I just wanted to show you like how long it is. It's really long. He's got everything kind of pathing to the original folder. However, I haven't really dissected all that, but he does have all the material files. I just wanted to show the T-terrain base that he's using for all those. Where is it? Art terrains, T-terrain base. So let's just say terrain. So this guy, yeah. So let's see how big it is. 6.92 meg. It's pretty big. Let's look at the details. What is it? It's a BeamNG. Where's it? Bit depth 32. What's resolution? 2048. So I don't know. I don't know how it's so big, but I haven't wrapped my head. I just wanted to point out. I was looking to see if it was a 4K. So there's a roughness. It's actually got 1, 2, 3 is a normal. Or maybe I had that wrong. It's a height map, roughness map, height map 2, normal. It's got all these in here for that. That's all for that. I'm not going to go through the world editor. I just wanted to point out kind of the thought process that went into making such a big terrain that does paint. And I just wanted to see if these were 4K. I don't know. Can't tell if they're 4K. I guess they're 2K because they're 2048 by 2048. That would make it 2K. Yeah, I guess that's what that is. But maybe just one or two things to examine here would be like, the terrain JSON. If you look in there, you can see all the physics. These are all tied to physics. I don't know if these physics are from vanilla maps or if these are like custom. Maybe he made some custom physics and brought them in. Or he could have just changed the names easily, but I'm not sure if the physics are like hard coded in the game folder, so maybe they aren't custom physics. Most likely they're probably not, but definitely a whole lot of physics going on. A lot of different terrain paints in this map to feast your eyes on, essentially. And then the info file, I guess, take a look there, but nothing really to see there. Just nothing related to the terrain anyway. But modified by line 90. I'd have to look into that guy's content. He's probably got some other cool stuff, unless this map just took that long. Some people, they only make one map because they are just like lifelong projects. This map is so huge it could be one of those. But all right, see it. And I forgot to show, I was trying to open the T-terrain base file and just kind of show you what I was talking about earlier. So see how it's like kind of painted already on. You have all the, some stuff's already there. And all of that can be deformed in the game, but I'm not sure how they did it. They probably did it in like 3D, the deformations first, and then maybe painted, in their 3D software. But I just wanted to point out, when you zoom in all the way, you see how it gets kind of pixelated? And this is 2048. It looked like by 2048, and I thought that was 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. So I don't know if this is like scaled or something, but anyway, I just wanted to zoom in on it and show you this because I thought it was very interesting how it was set up. Definitely cool map to check out. See ya.